Now, when political earthquakes strike in Nigeria, we're often left with a collective sense of juddering disquiet. Everyone consumed by the news and how it might play out, making it difficult to see an end in sight. Take the metaphorical earthquake of President Tinubu's Chicago State University certificate, the version he submitted to the Electoral Commission, INEC, which his critics say allowed him to seize control of Aso Rock. For many Nigerians, the revelation has been both stunning and disturbing. But for many of Mr. Tinubu's supporters, what is more astonishing is the way Nigerians have reacted, chomping at the bit and baying for Mr. Tinubu's blood. And they say it strengthened their determination to defend the president. But dig a little behind that stoic front and you'll discover a sense of what appears to be growing panic about the implications of all this, both domestic and international, for the president. So where is it all going to end? What'll be the end point of all this?
The people look up to us as leaders to respect these rules and to defend them. This is what has brought us here today. Today, we are called upon to again, as a people, to uphold and defend the ground rules of elective government in our country. The Constitution prescribes the requirements for those who seek the highest elective office in the land. It should not take months or indeed decades for the institutions concerned to be able to do their work in establishing the credibility of any certificates presented by candidates for public office. We undertook this journey at great cost and for important reasons. The ground rules for legitimate governance in our country need to be upheld. And you who are gathered here today have the responsibility of upholding those ground rules. And the reputation of our country is at stake.
And that's Atiku Abubakar. Well, to respond to Mr. Abubakar and the latest allegations swirling around President Tinubu, I'm joined now in the studio by the APC chieftain and member of the now dissolved Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council, Otumba Biodun Ajiboye. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Fantastic, Charles. Nice to see you again after a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How have you been doing?
Very well indeed. I should be asking you how you're doing in the current circumstances.
I'm good. I still stand firm behind my principle.
Well, you are, of course, a senior member of the APC and a prominent member of the now dissolved Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council, and also a personal friend of Bola Tinubu. How do you react to these allegations against him that he allegedly forged the certificate he submitted to INEC, allegations that are being made by his opponent, Atiku Abubakar?
It's very simple. Those who are talking about forgery don't even know what forgery means. They don't even understand the basic principle of forgery. What is forgery? What exactly is forgery? Well, for me, what I see here is beyond legality. I see a bit of behavioral defect. I see a lot of irrationality in the way the PDP presidential candidate is carrying on. What did he go to do in Chicago University to see if Asiwaju ever attended the university? He got there, they told him, yes, he was our student. He had to go further to say, okay, he submitted a certain paper to INEC. That paper is inconsistent with what they have. And they told him, We don't even keep copies of these original copies of this diploma. So we don't even know what the original looks like. So we can't even certify this is fake.
I don't think they said they don't know what.
Oh yeah, because they don't keep a copy. It is difficult to identify the original because they don't keep copies. So if they don't keep copies, how are they going to corroborate the allegation?
The point here,
the point I'm making. Let me just quickly make my point.
Make your point.
Let me make my point. The point I'm making basically here is not even about whether he submitted a certain document to INEC or not. They are trying to create an emotional situation whereby people will see Asiwaju as being fraudulent. That's what they are trying to do. I want to ask them, when he was governor, was this same paper submitted or not? When he was senator, was this same paper submitted or not? I remember very well in 1999, Gani Fahimi was all over the place against him. It wasn't as if the case was quashed, there was a judgment or something like that. So I don't even understand what Atiku Abubakar is trying to put across. One, I want to ask you, was this forgery issue part of the preliminary plea that went to the tribunal, the appeal, the tribunal, upon which judgment was given? If no, so what he's trying to do now is to say, okay, I want to open another plethora of evidence and argument that the forgery is now my claim. You look at it. You see, for those of you who know law, I have spoken to about 15 lawyers. 3 of them were my childhood friend who will never lie to me, and their son. And they told me basically that if I understand what the proverbial statement of a camel passing through the eye of a needle means, that this is one of it. You understand? So Atiku Abubakar wants to see the way he was name calling. Kwankwaso, come to my aid. Obi, come to my aid. What is he trying to do? He's going beyond, he's burning the bridge. He's going beyond politics. He's struggling to discredit Asiwaju's person. He's struggling. Unfortunately for him, that guy is smarter by miles. I can't understand if in this day and age, for a man who started politics in 1992, who started elective aspiration in 1992. In 2023, you are now talking of a certain certificate submitted to INEC.
Yeah.
Are we talking logic?
You know something, Otumba, that there are things in law that are called facts, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do, you can have all the emotions around things, but facts are facts.
Sacred, yes.
And courts are there to establish facts. And evidence is submitted based on facts.
Exactly.
Now, according to the deposition,
yes,
which we have read, and I presume you have at least scanned through.
Yes, very correct.
It's very, very clear that the university says that they do not have any hand or stake in whatever document was submitted to INEC. It is not, hold on, that it is not consistent with what they give out.
No, I didn't see that part. You saw that part.
So the point that is being made is this. I don't know if you went to school in America.
No, I never did.
Went to university in America, so I can tell you that in America, they concession out, because of the volume sometimes, the giving of the people coming back to ask for sort of certificates and so on. But those certificates are bound by the rules and regulations of the school. You don't just go off on a tangent and do your own. I mean, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? There are rules and regulations. Signatures must be consistent. The colors must be consistent. The font, everything is consistent with what the university does.
Were there any points of consistency between the one with INEC and the one claimed by the university?
Well, the point is that the allegation,
because the signatures were regular.
The allegation is that there is an inconsistency, and the registrar of the university, Caleb Westberg, made it clear in his deposition that there are inconsistencies. What I'm trying to understand is this: you've talked about Tinubu and his antecedents, and the kind of person he's been, and so on, and the things he's done. I mean, I have to admit that this whole thing sounds enormously mysterious to me, and almost perverse, and borders on some form of masochism or self-harm, where he appears to be inflicting pain and humiliation upon himself. I mean, What is your theory about what might have happened? Is it likely that he lost his original certificate and just went ahead and put in a fake document?
I do not know that, and nobody knows that. Everybody is conjecturing whatever suits them.
It's not conjecture.
It is.
We're talking about facts.
It is. Look, what are we saying? You are twisting facts.
I'm not twisting.
And all of you on the other side are very good at twisting facts.
What other side?
Including Atiku and all of you, including even you, Charles, and Arise TV to a large extent, apart from Ruben Abati, who brought out the issues in the most logical sequence. I respect him for that. Now, the registrar of CSU has admitted and confirmed that they do not really give any strict policy over replacement certificates, and such can be gotten from recognized vendors.
Yes,
an approach
vendors.
Tinubu might have used. I don't see. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you that Tinubu submitted, Asiwaju or President of Nigeria submitted a fake document or an original document. My argument is very simple, and it's going to be predicated on morality, it's going to be predicated on rational behavior, it's going to be predicated on political behavior. Now, you have come to the Nigerian tribunal. They have told you your case, your pleas lacked merit. Now, you went to Chicago because you feel that there's still an issue you want to press. I want to ask you, in your capacity as a lawyer, Charles, now those issues they have brought from Chicago, where are they going to smuggle the evidence? Is the Supreme Court going to say, okay, come and plead fresh evidence here on this matter? Or the Supreme Court is going to look at the structural litigation that are taking place in the lower court and say, okay, this is right, this is right. If your answer to me as a learned person is no, then we don't have business discussing this too far. Let them go to Supreme Court. Let Supreme Court tell us exactly what they want to do since they are in charge. What we should be talking about here is the fact that Atiku Abubakar today was on TV. He was trying to gather emotions. He was trying to say, look, I stand a moral ground today in this country to see that our leaders must be accountable, probity and all of that. This is a man in this, out of all the politicians that exist in this country, is the only one that lacked moral justification to talk about moral sanctity, integrity or anything. As a vice president, Obasanjo gave his scorecard. Nobody could have taken him for 1 pence. He didn't rise against those very heinous statements made against him, but he found it now easy to say, Kwankwaso, come and join me, Obi, come and join me. No. You cannot talk about morality when you are highly immoral. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Obasanjo said he is the most corrupt human being God created.
I need to bring you back to the point. I need to bring you back to the issue here, because we've got very little time left.
Please, let's go on.
How will the APC and people like yourself who are part of supporters of Tinubu,
yes,
how do you aim to address the legacy of all this? We've gone beyond the stage of sort of shouting and making a lot of
I'm sorry
gesticulations and so on.
I don't think I've shouted
because
so far.
we're dealing with facts. I'm wondering how you will try to reframe the narrative, because it seems a very, very clear situation. First of all, the Supreme Court, there is precedent to show that the Supreme Court, in certain cases where it might affect the fundamental material nature of the appeal, that they allow new evidence to come in.
When we get to the bridge, we cross it.
Yeah,
but I can tell you for a fact that we are not seeing the danger you are seeing. That's the irony of this whole idea. We are comfortable. We are okay. The APC feels vindicated, justified, and all right that our president is morally upright. You are the one that is saying,
you've made that point.
Yes.
And I want to thank you very much indeed for coming in to talk to us about it. And Otumba Biodun Ajiboye is an APC chieftain and member of the now dissolved Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council. Thank you very much indeed.
So quickly, why?